This is Blanket Statements, an Anxiety Blanket Records podcast where artists have a chance to interview each other. It's an opportunity for them to talk all things independent music and find connection in new places. This episode, Kasie Shabhaz of Kisskadee talks with Corey Leiter about their writing process, favorite books, and influences. Here they are.
What do you think happens when you die?
Oh, you turn into dirt.
That's exactly what Jeremy said.
Really? What do you think?
I was saying that I think our life just starts over from the exact moment of our birth and we just redo the whole thing.
Really?
Like moment
Really?
for moment.
Do you do it the same?
Yeah. It's
You don't
exactly
learn
the
from
same.
you don't learn from your mistakes?
You could.
Wow.
No, I don't actually think that's what happens.
I want that to happen. Actually, I don't want that to happen. I don't want to do it again.
Me neither.
No offense to my life. Okay. What do you actually think happens?
I guess I sort of believe in reincarnation. I guess I imagine the afterlife is sort of being like almost like a dream state where it's sort of like you're just melded in with the collective consciousness and like kind of lose track of maybe like Corey-ness or Casey-ness, but you're just sort of a part of like the whole, I guess. And you can manifest into butterflies or ocean waves or whatever you want.
That's very beautiful. I agree. I mean, well, that is dirt first and then butterfly.
Yeah.
I believe in doing music as a lucrative career as much as I believe in heaven with my grandma.
Right. Yeah. They're about the same.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the probability there is
Yeah.
about the same.
And like, I would love both. I would love to see my grandma again.
Well, some people do believe you'll reconnect with your loved ones in the afterlife.
I kind
Beyond
of
Christianity.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of do believe that in a way, but I can't tell if it's like a true belief or it's just denial. But I don't know. It feels like too sad to think that won't ever happen.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna,
Just choose to believe it.
yeah, like why not?
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of people mentioning like soul pods, like your family is like part of your soul pod and you end up like, if there is reincarnation, you end up kind of with the same group of people in your life and you're kind of teaching each other different lessons.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Soul pod?
A soul pod.
Like a polycule?
I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool.
Okay. So, you know what's cool about Jesuits? I'd like to circle back.
What's cool?
Like, they're so scientific, in my experience. First of all, like, all my professors were gay. They were, like, gay priests. And they were just, like, illuminated all the gay stuff from the Bible. And it was sick.
Awesome.
And then,
That didn't happen at my high school.
I'm sure you were in Ohio.
Yeah.
Small Ohio, too. Rural?
Yeah. Well, not super rural, but like,
Okay.
suburb.
Suburb. What did you do for fun in Aurora, Ohio?
Played guitar a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you got really good.
I practiced a lot
Yeah.
because there was not much else to do.
Yeah.
So in that way, it was good. Like Ohio is a strange sort of, it almost feels like a cultureless place. It's sort of, very homogenous, very white, and very, I view it as like sort of plain, I guess. Which in some ways, there's no like ego there, and it's pretty like,
Right.
people are humble and down to earth, but just not getting into that much cool creative stuff, at least in my experience.
How did you get into cool creative stuff then?
I don't really know. I mean, I remember my first like musical memory was like being 9 and seeing like the Beatles' #1 hits like commercial and being like, I want that. Aww. And then luckily my dad was really cool and like started introducing me to other music and like sort of feeding that. Yeah, so when I started playing guitar, that was like I was maybe one of the few people in my town that really played music, and then sort of eventually found other people, formed a band. But it was sort of like, it's like my thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It sounds like that was a life raft for you.
I'm very fed by reading and writing songs. And
What's your favorite book?
My favorite book ever?
Yeah.
That's so hard.
Top 5. Or like what comes to mind? Top 20.
Top 20. I don't know. I can tell you what I'm reading right now.
Okay, let's go there.
I'm reading a book called The Wise Heart by Jack Kornfield, who's a Buddhist teacher.
Wait. I fucking love that book. Sorry.
You read it?
Yeah, the purple one.
It's there's like a lotus flower on it.
Mine is purple.
There's also one called A Path with Heart, which is kind of purpley.
Sorry. That's why I didn't recognize it at first. Those are really similar names.
They're basically the same.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
That's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess everything I've been reading recently has been around Buddhism.
1, 2, 3.
Buddhism.
Mental health.
Oh. Mental health, yes. That's part of the reason why I'm so interested in it.
Yeah, it works for that.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What are you reading? Anything?
I'm reading a book of poems by Jory Graham called 2040.
Nice.
And a weird collection by Mary Gateskill. I forgot what it's called. I don't know.
Also poetry?
No, it's like excerpts from over the years. It's like short stories and whatnot.
Cool.
And then I have like very severe ADHD, so I always am reading like 7 books at once. And then The Myth of Normal by Gabor Mate.
Oh, cool.
Do you know him?
I know of him, yeah. Yeah, my fiance's just started a book of his called like In the Realm of Hungry Ghosts.
Yeah, I love that book.
Which is, I think, about addiction and also ties in with Buddhism.
Okay, so you have a fiance.
Yeah.
So you're 31 and you have a fiance.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, right?
That's so cool.
Thank you.
What's it like?
Feels good. Feels like the only thing that really matters in life. I don't know.
That's really sweet.
Thanks. Yeah, love is the best.
Love rocks.
Yeah.
Wow.
It hurts sometimes too, but it's also beautiful.
It hurts a lot.
Yeah.
But it's not supposed to, I think. Well, I don't know. It kind of is.
I think it is. Yeah.
I feel like it's supposed to hurt in the way that like death hurts, but it's not supposed to hurt in the way that, interpersonal violence hurts.
Yes.
So
I don't know if the violence is involved, I don't know if that's love.
Exactly. Have you read all about love?
No.
It's so good. You would love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Who wrote that?
Bell Hooks.
Okay. I've heard of it.
Yeah.
And her.
It's a classic.
I just listened to Black Hole Era on the way over here.
Thanks.
It's incredible.
Thank you.
And there's so many things to commend about it. I think what really struck me was like just how free you sound in like your voice, and also like the abrupt changes, and like there's so many moments that are like I want to say like chaotic, like things kind of come out of nowhere and like surprise you, and it's so fun to listen to. It's like the arrangements are so creative and unique. So I was curious, like how was the recording process for that record, and like how did you arrange those songs? And yeah.
Thank you. Those were really nice words. I think I was feeling extremely inspired inspired when I was writing and arranging that record in a way that I haven't really felt since. So it's hard to explain. It was kind of like a rush of feeling like I wanted to make that record everything that I've ever wanted to make in my music. And so I think I normally, or in my experience, I usually write songs in this really intuitive way. And with that record, it was more planned. It was more, I like this and this and this about music, and I want to incorporate those. Yeah. So I'm going to incorporate weird time signatures and chaotic surprises and harmonies and all sorts of instruments with, pop, and like I wanted to make a concept record, even though it's corny.
It's not corny. I love concept albums.
Okay, sick.
Yes.
So I also was working the 12 steps when I wrote that record. So I actually initially, my sponsor wanted me to do an inventory of like my whole life. Wow. And so that's why I wrote the record like birth to current moment. So that's awesome. That's also the arc of the record. So it just felt very, very honest and real, but also very planned and deliberate. And then I got really, really lucky and, was dating someone with free reign to this amazing studio. And so just got to play with all these really amazing fancy things, and was really lucky with, the people I recorded with. And so it was awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's knowing the concept now after having just listened to it is really cool, and I'm gonna have to listen to it again.
Thank you.
Many times, because there's so much in there. There's like so many moments that they happen once and then they don't happen again. So it's like, yeah, it'll be fun to listen back and like catch more stuff.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And we were talking about afterlife stuff, and the concept in that record is you get reborn through a black hole and like into another universe where everything is it's kind of, actually, it is quite Catholic. It's quite Revelation, new heaven, new earth kind of thing. Wow. I didn't realize that till just now.
Whoa.
Okay, anyway.
That's really cool.
I also listened to your record on the way over here, and it was so beautiful. I was pretty shook. It's very tender and melodic and sweet and poppy and catchy at the same time. So I'm also curious what your process is like when you're writing.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of like the concept album as well, actually. And Fire Season, the most recent one, was sort of a concept about like, it was almost like shadow work kind of thing, where I was like intentionally trying to look at the parts of myself that I didn't want to look at and like didn't like necessarily, and like trying to like give voice to those sort of like give voice to my anxiety or like existential dread, or like, I don't know, feeling like lusty, or just things that normally I might be like ashamed of, that then just sort of like trying to like transmute those into songs.
Very cool. So, that must have been very freeing for you. Well, I don't know. Was it grimy?
Yeah, I mean, it was yes and no. It was like, I felt like maybe repressed parts of myself were sort of like getting some air.
Totally.
And, sort of recognizing like, oh, these things, like your shadow, that's part of you, that's like, once you integrate that, like you're, I don't know, maybe have some more like wholeness and like depth and truth to like, or authenticity, I guess.
Yeah. And go ahead, sorry.
No, it's okay. So yeah, and I don't think I'll ever make another record like that, but definitely my intention was to sort of like lean into like juxtaposition of like light and dark, and wanting like the sort of like feathery finger-picked guitars mixed with like fuzzed out doomy guitars, and like I don't know, trying to strike a balance between like opposing forces, I guess.
Hell yeah. I find contrast to be very appealing and engaging in music, and when that's not there, I feel bored, and I think that's why I really loved your record, and I'm going to listen to it again also with that in mind.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Who are some of your main influences?
There's so many. I think for this record, I was listening to a lot of Elliott Smith.
I knew it.
Yeah. Oh, Elliott, I hope you're not like feeling ripped off wherever you are.
No. No, he's not.
Okay.
I could hear the influence, but it wasn't rip-offy. It wasn't derivative at all.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, so he was a big one. I mean, I love Joni Mitchell so much. I was listening to a lot of like Linda Perhacs too. I don't know if you're familiar. Drawn to a lot of like female vocalists most of the time. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I'm always seeking new inspiration.
What's your favorite Elliott Smith record, and what's your favorite Joni Mitchell record? Is that too on the spot?
No, I think I have answers for those.
Okay.
Probably the Elliott Smith's like self-titled record. The second one is just insane because it's like, it's so like sparse, but like the guitar is so masterful and the songs are so masterful.
I know. I have goosebumps actually thinking about it.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I want to say Joni's first record, and the title is slipping.
Is it Clouds?
It's something Seagulls.
Oh, Song of the Seagull, right?
It's something like that.
I think it's Song of the Seagull.
I sound like a bad fan right now because I can't remember, but
I do too. I'm pretty sure that's it, but I might be wrong.
Her guitar
love that
playing
record.
is also insane.
It's
I love
so beautiful.
open tunings and like all that kind of stuff. So
she's nuts.
yeah.
She's
How about
totally
you?
nuts. Favorite Elliott Smith is probably Roman Candle.
Yeah.
But I love them all so much.
Same.
And then Joni Mitchell is Clouds for sure.
Nice.
Underrated. I don't know.
Yeah.
So good.
She's just a genius. What were you listening to at the time of making Black Hole Era? Like, who are some of your
Oh my God.
big people?
I was listening to a lot of Middle Eastern music, weirdly.
Sweet.
I mean, that's not weird because I'm Middle Eastern, but you can't hear it in Black Hole Era. But I was listening to Fairuz and Kulthum, and I was listening to the women's Bulgarian choir. Have you listened to them?
No. You have to send me some stuff.
Okay, I will for sure. It's mind blowing. Sloppy Jane, a lot of Sloppy Jane. Also, I just remembered that we both did covers of Hayden Pedigo.
Yeah?
We did
You
both
did that too?
song. I did it on piano and you did it on guitar.
That's so sick. I didn't
Isn't
realize
that
that you
sick?
did that. Yeah. He's incredible.
He's so good. Did you go to the show at Zebulon?
No, I missed it.
It was so good.
I'm sure it was amazing. He's got such a unique style. He's probably an influence.
Yeah.
Like a current artist that is influencing me.
Totally. He's so refreshing and
Mm-hmm.
tender. I don't know how he evokes so much feeling with just guitar. It's wild.
Yeah. I've actually been listening to a lot of instrumental music recently, or like ambient stuff.
Nice.
I've been having songs, like if I listen to songs with like lyrics and melodies and stuff, they'll just get stuck in my head so long. And like, I'll sit down to meditate, and I'll just be like, okay, so this song is just gonna loop in my head this whole time I'm sitting. So I'm like, I can actually find some more like peace of mind sometimes when I'm not listening to lyric driven music all the time.
Totally. It's very stimulating to listen to that all the time.
Absolutely.
Love to zone out.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And being in grad school, I also need to listen to ambient music. So,
Oh, yeah. So wait, where are you going to grad school again?
Pepperdine University. I almost forgot. But it's all online. It's not, I don't go to the campus.
That's really cool that you're working. I didn't know you could do social work stuff as an intern if you're in the MFT program, because I did MSW.
Oh, okay.
But my internship was super clinical.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. It's our team is cool. It's like there's LMFTs, social workers, PsyDs.
Nice.
It's sort of like a, multidisciplinary team.
Very good. Soul pod.
Yeah, it's our soul pod. It's our what's the word?
Polycule.
Polycule. It's not that. I probably shouldn't say that.
Don't do that. You're gonna
get fired.
Edit that out. No, you had to make that joke. It needed to be said.
Yeah.
You're gonna work with them forever in the afterlife.
Thanks to Kasie and Corey for joining us this episode. You can find them on Instagram at Kisskadee and at Corey Leiter, and you can also buy their releases on anxietyblanketrecords.bandcamp.com. This has been Blanket Statements, an Anxiety Blanket Records podcast. It's produced by Jeremy Leisure, Bridie Hicks, and Garrett Labonte. You can follow the label across all social platforms and support their artists on Bandcamp and by seeing them live. Thanks for listening. See ya.